How are you doing today, sir?
I'm very good, very good, and very happy to be talking to you, man.
It is great to see you. I want to start by saying I've seen the first 5 episodes, and they are fantastic. If I could watch the next 5 before I spoke to you, I would have.
And why didn't you?
They didn't give them to me. I got the first 5.
Really?
Yes. So I was I see everyone in the other side of the room, they're all laughing, but I can't wait to.
They want your subscription, man. You cannot just watch it for free all the time.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot I want to ask you about the show. First of all, how much did they? Because this is a complete reboot, essentially, of Narcos. It is not. It doesn't really involve the people before. Were you? I mean, it's generic, but were you a fan of the show? Did you know what you're getting yourself into when they pitched you?
I saw the first season because many friends were working there. Wagner is a good friend of mine. I worked with him in Elysium, so I wanted to see what they were doing, and I enjoyed the first season. I didn't see the second one. To be honest, living in Mexico is like I'm really close to these stories, like in my everyday life. So when I sit down and want to be entertained, I look for something else. And I didn't see season 2. And then I got offered this, so I went to see season 2 and season 3. And I was kind of impressed that they took this bold move of basically starting all over again, because they go back in time. It's a different cast, different country, and it's, to me, it's like a different series on a way, they're starting all over again, and this is called Narcos Mexico, because even the look of the series is different, even the approach in the visual language is different, I think. And I was happy to get the opportunity to talk about this part of our history that defines so much what we're living today. The 80s were very important, and these characters were very important in building that structure that corrupted structure that then fell apart and got us into the mess we're living.
I don't know how this season ends, and I don't know what the future of Narcos is because, it's one of Netflix's most popular shows, but when you signed on, are you allowed to say if it was for more than one season, or was it one of these one seasons and done?
I can't answer that question. That's why there's so many people here, right. Because half of them are lawyers and the other are secret police. Right. The only thing I can say is that a lot depends on November 16th, and the great thing about these platforms, about Netflix, is that they know who's watching, So if people get to see it, I'm sure there'll be not just one more, there'll be much more because the story keeps going till today, It's like this season, even though it went back on time, feels more relevant than season 1, 2, and 3, So there's a lot to talk about if we're talking about Mexico and the relation between Mexico and the States. But it all depends on November 16th. We'll see.
I'm very confident it's going to be real good. A huge hit. Your character is the complete polar opposite of Pablo Escobar. He is a businessman. He is shrewd, smart, and he's just not one of those, he's just an interesting character. He's a businessman. And I think he would be this way if he was just selling popcorn at a movie theater. Like, he has just a great brain on his shoulders. Can you talk about that aspect of this character?
Yeah, that's what interested me as an actor, the chance to do a character that is not the stereotype of the Mexican narco, that you think of the guy from a little town that, he's a rancher and he lives there and he brings all his wealth to the town and builds a horrible house, gigantic, and fixes the plaza. And it's not that kind of story. This guy is, as you say, a businessman, a guy that wants to belong to an elite, and that is willing to move. He leaves his hometown behind and lives in Sinaloa and goes to Guadalajara, to the big city, and he had a strategy, and he was always one step ahead of everyone, He managed to do something no one thought was possible, which is sit everyone in the table, people that wanted to kill each other, basically, sit them on the table and make them agree to work together and protect each other and create this structure that involved politicians, police, the military, banks. I mean, everything you need to create a gigantic corporation, almost.
I'm curious. So it's a 10-episode season. Before you start filming, how many scripts do you have, and do you know the full arc?
Not enough, yeah. Not enough, and that's always the fight of an actor, yeah. You want to know everything,
right.
And in this case, because also it is, in terms of production, it is 4th season, so they have 3 years on their backs that like basically the machine has a rhythm, and you have to wait for the machine to be to deliver the scripts and answers. But the great thing is, I had a long conversation with Eric Newman, and I asked him everything I worried about, at the beginning before agreeing on joining Narcos. And he seemed to be in the same page I was, with the same interest. Yes, let's do something that can be entertaining, but also this entertainment that invites people to debate, to reflect on issues that matter, entertainment that celebrates also the intelligence of audiences, and that is honest and accurate with the specificity. I think this is something amazing about this show, that we actually are a bunch of Mexicans telling the story of Mexico, and I don't mean this just in front of the camera. Behind of the camera, there's 2 amazing directors that are really talented people from the movie business that are doing Narcos. The set designer is Mexican, and he paid a lot of attention in detail. So all of that work, I think you can see it. And I was worried about that as an actor, to join a project that was gonna pay attention to those details.
Completely. I'm curious, the making of this show, what is it like on set making a show like this? It's dealing with really serious subject matter. You have some pretty intense violence. I mean, is it different than other sets you've been on, or is it still just like a lot of people having fun?
No. That's not the case. I did have fun with the actors, because I have to say the ensemble of Mexican actors or I would say Spanish-speaking actors, because there's people from Argentina, from Spain, from Chile, and the big majority are Mexican. Working with these people was amazing and a lot of fun, because it's people I've been working with since I was 6 years old, and people I admire and I care about. So from that aspect, it was fun, but the scenes we're doing and the darkness of the characters and the darkness of my character was heavy. I needed a tequila every night to kind of like shake it off and go back home to my kids and stop being this guy.
Completely. Congrats on this. I'm looking forward to that, and I hope to see you directing again soon.
Oh, me too.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.